Good day, meaningful conversationalist. My name is Lelia. Welcome. Today I want to talk about hope. Let us keep the hope alive. Okay, guys, diakoisha, strong. You know, but I am cognizant of the fact that there are so many beautiful lessons that are coming out of the times of difficulty that I'm going through. I'm praying and hoping that these experiences will leave me as a better human being than before I went into them. I am really believing that there's so much growth and beauty that's going on, inside of me. Outside of me, it seems like a mess. If I had to paint a picture, it's like everything is exploding all over the place. And situations that have called me to cry, situations that have called me to ask God why, situations that have called me to be like, but, look at other people, look at me, situations that have left me in a position of I don't know if I could say humiliation, because ever since I got divorced, it's difficult to tell when I'm facing humiliation, because I think the process of divorce really, it's a humiliating experience. Not just that, humiliation is part of the divorce process. For me, it was, and I wore it to such an extent that it has helped me to really there's fewer things that humiliate me now, that can humiliate me, and I'm not excluded. I'm not excluded from some of those things that can make me feel like I'm in a position of so moving on from that, so that's why I'm not sure whether I could say that these things are humiliating, but they're very challenging, emotionally, mentally, and every other way. And the reason I'm able to come here and share my experiences really is simply hope. Is the hope that the next day, the next year, the next couple of months, the next couple of weeks, I will be in a much better situation, much better. The hope that the next minute could be the beginning of the most wonderful days of my life. And just the idea and even talking about that and even thinking about it brings about a certain excitement, that is contrary to what you would expect when you look at what is happening in my life currently, or rather what's not happening. So the reason I decided to post this video is because I'm so aware that a lot of people are going through like really difficult times. I'm so aware, so much so that sometimes when I look at my situation and I look at other people's situations, I'm like, okay, I'll carry this cross, okay? I'm still happy with what I'm going through. Not necessarily happy, but I think I'll take this one in comparison to what another person is going through. And I think I've seen myself some days where I get caught up in all of this explosive and ridiculously, amazingly terrible stuff that I feel like is going on in my life. And sometimes I get lost in that. I get lost in the, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this, I want this, and I want it now, and if this doesn't happen, this is going to happen, and when this doesn't happen, this is going to happen, and I get lost in all of that, right? And as I'm going in on all of this, and I'm zooming in on the how terrible my circumstances are, guess what happens? It drains my energy. I am using energy to do that, so my energy is drained. My hope is drained. All the positive energy is drained. All the faith I have is drained. However, if I decide, okay, this is terrible, but I hope it will get better. I know it will get better. I think it should get better. Guess what? It will get better. You know, it uplifts my spirit, you know. And I was just talking to a friend of mine the other day about somebody was saying, have you ever considered, why when the Most High created the world, he spoke the world into existence? He could have done that and everything would exist. You know, he probably spoke everything into existence as an example to us. We need to speak positive things into existence, because as you're saying it, first you have to think it, and as you're saying it, it's a spirit that goes out of you, because you are a spirit. So a certain spirit of what you're saying is coming out. And I was just saying to her, maybe that's why the Most High says that we need to pray, because as you're praying for something, it's a spirit that's coming out of you, and it's going, and it's alive. You understand? Those words are powerful, because even the scriptures say that the tongue has the power of both life and death, you know. And I just want to urge us to not to lose the hope, not to lose the hope at all, because even the scriptures say that faith is being sure of what you hope for and certain of what you do not see. You cannot have faith if you do not hope. You cannot have faith if you do not hope, because it says faith is being sure of what you hope for and certain of what you do not see. So we do not walk in a way that we're just okay when we see that things are okay. We walk in a way that even though we don't feel that things are okay, we don't see that things can be okay, but we forge on with that hope in our heart that, you know what, it may not seem that way, but you never know. The next moment, my life could change for the better, just like that, you know. And I just want us to continue to forge forward with hope. And I know, it can be tiring, because when you have hope, the disappointment is so much more. But what I have learned is that new hope for every day. It's not easy, but it's like you go to work every day, if you do go to work. And it's an effort. It's a mental effort, it's a physical effort, it's an emotional effort, because you have to deal, you know, with people, and there's different kind of challenges in the workplace. Same thing, same applies with new hope. It's work, but it's got to be done. So every day, new hope that things will get better. And when we do that, I think it changes our perception. It changes how we think. It changes how we view the world, you know. And I started doing this thing with my son, where every night I'm asking him, what are you grateful for today, you know? And I'm hoping that will change how he views life, that even when he's in a difficult situation, he will find something to be grateful for, you know. And I think the same applies with hope, that when we force ourselves, when we mold ourselves to be people who are hopeful, guess what? It's not just for you. You find people, you speak to people around you, and you come up with that hopeful energy. It lifts up their spirits as well, you know. So with that being said, and I hope it makes sense, because there's so much more in my mind, but it's so difficult to articulate everything, right? But I'm hoping that this makes sense, and I hope that it has encouraged you and it has made you even more hopeful than before you watched this video. I want to thank you so much for your time and for watching, and I really hope whatever you're going through, that God will come through for you. From Meaningful Conversations, Lily signing out. Bye.